Okay. What's up, YouTube world? This is Black Anime Geek. I'm back at it again. I'm usually on my computer and I'm usually live broadcasting my reviews of manga, but not today, not this time. I finished the first half of One Piece and I wanted to discuss that real quick. So, first of all, I've been talking about One Piece for a little bit, and I've also been talking about Hunter x Hunter, which I still need to do, which I, I, I apologize. I want to really apologize, but I got caught into the One Piece trap, and I started reading it, and I couldn't stop. So, I've been reading One Piece for these past couple of months now, and what I can say is I understand why it's one of the best mangas of all time, because Luffy's journey of having an adventure with his friends, causing so much, havoc for the Navy, for them to want that man killed at Marineford is, really insane. Like, we just got to think about the things that Luffy has done. First of all, the man, this is what you want to call a true underdog story, and it makes sense why the story is so long, because there's so much shit in there. Luffy's not close. He's not anywhere close. Well, at the before pre-time skip, pre-time skip, Luffy wasn't anywhere close to the admirals, the emperors, the warlords of the sea. He beat a couple, but there was more that were stronger than him. I mean, this dude's a monster, and he didn't even know that he was a true monster yet. Luffy's journey started off with picking up Zoro first, Nami second, Usopp third, Sanji fourth, and from there on, you just kept on seeing the crew, the original crew, just go in to join him with his journey, because he has this power where when he is fighting for something and he's standing for something, he's gonna stand for it, and he's not gonna let anybody get in his way. And I would say he's probably one of the best characters, one of the best main characters, because Luffy might be goofy and an idiot, but his willpower is what keeps him there. His spirit, everybody wonders how does this kid still fight? What is he here for? And it seems like his purpose was to become the pirate king. To me, it would have been very interesting if they would have said before that he was the son of the pirate king, but I like the fact that we still haven't seen Dragon really partake in any action yet. He has in the background, which Oda likes to do. Oda likes to make the background characters do a lot of shit, and then we figure it out after One Piece arc from Luffy ends. So that's pretty cool. Out of all the arcs that I found very interesting, first of all, Impel Down and Marineford are my favorite. They're my favorite arcs from One Piece, and I'm talking about currently. For him to go to Sabati, completely get wrecked by Kizaru and the Kumas, and basically get transferred to the Woman Island where he finds out his brother's about to get executed. He knows that he's not the strongest in the verse. He knows that the white people, to me, what the manga does better than what the anime does is it shows how much farther he is away from actually being the Pirate King. When he was in Impel Down, he did wreak a lot of havoc, but we saw him get destroyed by Megallion. Megallion's power is fucking poison. So it's like, how do you stop someone that's literally poison? You can't. You can't. You're rubber. Even though rubber shouldn't have effect on poison, actually, no. It can. It can melt poison. Like, poison can melt rubber, I believe. But he's a human still at the end of the day. So he's breathing in that toxic air and that toxic liquid and shit like that. But him just having everybody just help him, that's his power. Mihawk said it himself. And then you see Blackbeard come in. Like, you're just seeing all these big name pirates. These big name pirates that we've already seen from the first half of One Piece, just all come in to the Great Paramount War, aka Marineford. Beautiful. You see so many names in this show. Like, I love the fact that One Piece can have all of their side characters that are strong as shit just join into this war and just wreak so much havoc. Whitebeard showed his ass off. We all knew he was getting ready to die. We all knew he was weaker than before, but he was still a fucking monster. They all believed in Luffy so much, and they figured out he was the will of D with Conqueror's Haki, which Luffy wasn't even aware of. I know I'm all over the place, but this is just a straight up review. Like, after just finishing the first half, like, Luffy was basically getting beat up at that point. Like, he couldn't do anything. He was trying to just, all he was really trying to do was just save Ace. Like, he fought people, of course, because he had to. People weren't going to just let him catch, like, just let him save Ace. But he was making such a big impact on the war without even, like, really intending to. He's literally just, I'm here to get Ace. And everybody's just like, what is he doing? Like, they're paying attention to the guy that's really not trying to be a part of the war. He's a part of the war because he's just trying to save his brother. And that's literally the only purpose that he has in this war. Otherwise, he wouldn't even be in this war. So, after him saving Ace, it was very, like, the next few chapters, of course, it hurt my feelings because I already know what happened. We already know what happened with Ace. Because it was just like, dang, like, he's here now. Like, we got him. Like, now how do we, nope. Akainu is definitely needed for somebody in the Navy, because here's my thing with the Navy and the government. When it comes to the Navy and the government, they are a pretty shady business. They would literally put on live Whitebeard and Ace just getting killed. They have no respect. They want to show people that we are the dominant force to be reckoned with. And if you become a pirate, you will become like them. They were ruthless. They just wanted to kill, kill, kill. They do all this secret shit. They do all this politics shit just to get the people's side. And they know that the news is the biggest way to have people on your side. And this applies to real life too. It applies to real life too. That's why I feel like One Piece is very similar to the world that we live in now, except for all the devil fruit powers and stuff like that. But the way they talk about the history and the unknown mysteries about what happened in the blank 100 years, beautiful. But let me not get too caught up on Marineford and Impel Down, because I can talk about that for a while. And I might have to do separate videos on that, but that's in the future. So let me start with, like, the real big arcs with Alabasta. Alabasta was pretty cool because it started off with Vivi being with, like, we thought she was, this evil girl, but she really wasn't. She was just a princess that was undercover trying to save her village. She knows that her village is in stake because there's somebody controlling it, which she had no idea who it was. But she did at the end, which was Crocodile, a warlord. The warlords were taking advantage of their power. And, obviously, as a pirate, if you're a warlord, you have so much control that, the Navy won't try to get you. The Navy's going to fight with you because you're a warlord. That means that you have made a deal to side with the Navy to fight other pirates. And after, after we figure out Crocodile is, the mastermind behind this, what does Luffy and the gang do? All right, we're going to fight them. And it's like, here's the thing. Luffy's crew isn't big at all. At that time, there was literally 5 to 6 people that was on his crew. And he managed to stop a warlord without having a whole crew with 100 different people. So this is just gonna make him stand out more because with the little crew that he has, he's literally just going on adventures. Like he cares about the One Piece truly, but he's going on the adventure and having fun. That's what he literally just wants to do because he wants freedom. It's not about, just trying to figure out the truth about the One Piece. It's about having the freedom and to be able to do whatever he wants to do. So that's the beauty of that. Then, as we get into, Alabasta, Vivi was making very unrealistic ways of thinking that, nobody can die and she can save everybody. And Luffy is so cutthroat that, he was just telling her, like, listen, like, everybody dies at the end. Like, people are gonna die. She didn't want to hear that, but she needed that. So, they go on to save Alabasta. Okay, bam. We're on to the next island. I'm not going to talk about the other ones as much because do people really care about those? Like, do people really care about the pirate games? Which was interesting. It was very interesting. Don't get me wrong. A very interesting arc. But did we truly care about it? No. So, the next arc, which was probably the most interesting to me because that was revealing a lot of things for me. For someone that watched One Piece, the anime first, and then went to the manga, I see why people like Sky Island, manga-wise. And, first of all, God Enel, he's a beast. This guy would literally be a monster if he was in the blue sea world, but, he's in the moon. So, I hope we see him in the future because someone that strong was taken down by nobody, like by a nobody pirate at first, because no one really knew who Luffy was yet until we got to Water 7s. But I want to discuss a little bit more about Skypiea real quick, because Skypiea, people didn't believe that, there was a Sky Island. And, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, they were getting laughed at by other infamous pirates when they went to this pirate town. And here's where the greatness starts, when we see the introduction of Blackbeard. The way they slid Blackbeard in there was so beautiful. One Piece, make sure they put in one of the best quotes, "Dreams never die." Luffy already knew who he was strictly from instinct. Strictly from the instinct of who this man was. He knew that this was a powerful man that needed to be reckoned with. Like, you need to figure out who this guy is and make sure you keep him closer because he can do some shit that will eventually cause a war. See what I did there? See what I did there? Yeah, exactly. So they get to Sky Island, and the myth about